Okay, welcome everyone for the question and answer session. So I cordially invite to ask any question related to your practice and your spiritual life, please.
Yes, what's about yesterday's sutta? What's the solution for the sense desire? How do we put up with it? Is it just to restrain as much as possible, or what's the solution for the sensual desire?
It's a kind of analysis, sensual desire, ill will, and the harmful thought for the others. There are 3 wrong thoughts. The Buddha says, when you observe them very diligently, when you observe them very ardently, and in a subsistence way, it is creating troubles. It is creating trouble to oneself and others, and block your mind, the clarity of the mind or the wisdom. And therefore he thought, whenever such a thought happens, the sense desire, will or hate, the torturing kind of feeling towards others, whenever you observe that, the thoughts are going to subside, reduce. And so, whenever sense desire, the kind of thought happens, whenever you see the disadvantage of it, internally, externally, they subside and feel like renounce from the sense desire. And from the ill will and the hatred, whenever you observe, you develop kind of a loving kindness instant. And whenever you see the disadvantage of harming others, the compassionate thoughts are going to happen. So there is no other solution other than understanding them and confronting them. Wrong thoughts. So it's a kind of a reductionism. To delimit it from all the other thoughts and understand this is kind of sense desire related. This is something, the hatred related. This is something torturing or harming others related. And that very understanding is a kind of a confronting. Don't expect answers outside. Just see bad thoughts as bad thoughts. Then they are subsiding. That is the observation of the Buddha to be.
And the sensual perception?
Sensual pleasure.
Sensual perception. Sensual perception?
Yeah.
What's about a mind which is obsessed with sensual perception, for example? How do we...
Perception that there are 4 kinds: permanent, auspicious, pleasurable and permanent. This is a kind of perception we have, and upon that only we are developing the life. So if you are to understand, they are just perception, they are no substantiality. Whatever you consider this as permanent, they are not permanent. They are subject to changing. Whenever you are concerned this is auspicious, not so. Ultimately end up with bad thing. And even though you consider this as pleasurable, end up with the pain. Even consider this as myself and me and mine, not under control. It is not governable. So therefore you have to understand, perception is a perception. Don't try to make it substantial way. Don't take perception as me and mine and myself. They are also passing away. So understanding perception as a perception itself is getting a distance from perception. It will not carry you for a ride.
So, it happens to me during meditation that I often have sexual either memories or fantasies about possible event. And it used to be like pretty difficult to separate myself from that. But now, even if I kind of am able to notice myself thinking this, I also what makes it kind of difficult to completely let go is that I feel that there's some kind of aversion to the thoughts themselves, to this kind of thought. I suspect that it has to do something with like the ego and things of that sort. And so when I decided, I kind of want to take a look at it deeper, I think then mind stops generating this as a result of me kind of deciding to take a look at it. And like, is there something to be done about this, or should I just continue trying to observe?
Do you consider this stopping of thought as a good thing or bad thing?
Kind of bad, because it's at that moment, I guess I had an expectation of me taking a closer look at this kind of aversion and ego thing that generates this, that is present there behind the sexual thoughts. And I think at that moment it kind of stopped generating it subconsciously.
You consider this as a kind of a temporary way, it is not a permanent answer. Due to your analysis and due to your seeing the cause, they are going to stop it. Is this your interpretation?
I think so, yeah. That there's some kind of like defense mechanism that, the more am I open to kind of taking a closer look at it, there's like a fear of generating those thoughts.
So therefore, even if it is a temporary, it's a good thing. That you know there are some weak points in this chain of thoughts. If you analyze it, you can weaken it. If it is not so, you don't know what is going to happen. So likewise, we are learning the points, different, the mechanism of thinking, what is happening in the circuit. That what you are explaining is not a very strong discovery, not a permanent discovery, but something happening now. Whenever thought or line of thoughts happen, you learn the art of see the base and develop kind of aversion. It's no good because it is not the desired one. It is not my plan, but thoughts are happening. Once analyzed, they disappear. But don't take it as the whole system. This you are learning the mechanism happening, what is happening. Continue to practice. This is the way we see behind what is happening behind the screen. How the thoughts are happening and the circuit. Long practice only you can decide whether it is the benevolent, permanent change or just the mind is doing temporary juggleries. Whatever it may be, that kind of sensual or sexual desire, the Sigmund Freud mentioned that this is the sole cause, this is the main source of suffering. The Buddha mentioned not the sexual desire, he mentioned sensuous desire. Senses, related to senses. So both of them attributed this as the root cause of suffering. So you have found method but temporary. Under the retreat atmosphere, under this kind of analysis, they stops. It's also kind of a discovery, kind of a healing effect. So you have to continue to see whether it is a reliable subsistence method or not. Well, on top of that, whenever you find mind free of that kind of thoughts, make this opportunity to develop continuity of the mindfulness. Invest that time to the mindfulness again and again, so it is giving a kind of a boost to the benevolent side of your mind.
May I ask, is the listening to the sounds also contemplation of the body, or is it something else?
Listening to the sound also kind of a way to make the mind calm and collected. And contemplating of the body also the same. Whenever you contemplate on the body, mind becomes generally calm and quiet. The body here means eye, ear, nose, tongue, and the body. The sound is here the ear-related part. Likewise, there may be some methods by looking at some pictures and some smells meditation, tasting, touching, everything. There may be person-specific systems. And Hinduism, it's the whole world created out of sounds. So therefore, by mantra, by Om, there is a kind of a taming of the mind. But they are not permanent. They are making a temporary peace, temporary one-pointedness. But while it is happening, once it is calmed down, you must have the ability to see things as they are. After the mind becomes calm with the sound or with the Kayanupassana, body contemplation, you must ready to make use this chance to see things as they are. Otherwise, if you are going to stop at this calmness, basically your personality will not change. Personality will be the same.
This is just an observation, maybe during walking, meditation, and I focus on my primary object, like touching of the ground, so the hardness, and in the beginning, when the mind settles down, it is very easy to push it back to the object. Yeah, if I'm distracted, maybe by a sound or something else. The left, right, it's easy to push it back. Later, when it's more settled down, the mind stays more by the object, by itself. And if distractions come into my sphere of consciousness, maybe a sound of a bird, sometimes like it's jumping there and immediately back by itself. Or sometimes it's like only it's wobbling a little bit, but stays there. And then there comes a phase where my mind's kind of strained or worn out, and I'm a little bit tired. Then it's like flowing away from the object, and it's kind of lazy and not so easy to push back. So there are very different speeds of turning back to the objects according to these three phases I observed.
The last phase, your mind must be in the walking, must be in the touch. But it will be accidentally going to the bird sound, but never rush back to the left and the right. That means now mind is about to see left and the right, and the sound is equal. Nothing to quickly come back. Distraction is no more the distraction. The primary object and the secondary object, mind is about to see equally. Is it good or bad?
Doesn't feel good or bad, I just notice it. And in the moment I notice it could take a while in this phase, then the mind comes back. And this is the good thing.
If you are a moralist, concerned with the morality, you will be happy to coming back. But you have to go beyond the morality. Whether it's a primary object or secondary object, mind is undisturbed. Mind is not taken away or carried away by the right or the right, and good or bad, gain or lost, pleasure or pain, equal. So we don't give that option to the mindfulness unless otherwise you are ready to accept anything. That is the real choicelessness. If you say going off quickly, you have to come back, and that is the discipline, that is the discipline area. But after a while you say, even if it is going on, it don't get defiled. There can be in the sound, still you know. You are immunized. It is not due to lack of energy, it's a kind of equipoised mind. It's not quickly shaken by telling that I have done a mistake and I better come back home and kind of, never mind. But if you go prepared, it is not so inflicting suffering. For example, if there is a place, there is a contagious disease, something like malaria or something like that. So you know now you are going to a place where diseases are there. But before going, if you take a vaccine, and your body prepare the antibodies, so then even if you go there, even if you mingle with diseased people, you won't catch. Your mind, because you are immunized.
So should let it happen. When the mind in this phase of oneness off, and I see it.
You know that you are not in the proper place. You are in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Never mind. But don't teach this part to the beginners. When you are teaching, with the beginners you have to always bring back to the correct time. Don't let the mind to go out there. That is the way we are giving the idea about the mindfulness and how to make sure that you have a safe land. You have oasis. You have a pure land. But after all, you can let the mind to play hell, no problem. Because the oasis is always there. The pure land is always there. So let the mind to be in the sounds or thoughts or pain, no problem. And whenever at your command, it can come back. So under such circumstances, you have to let the mind to play hell. It has its own limits. The Buddha says, if you have no wounds in your hand, if this vessel is carrying a poison, you can carry the vessel as far as there are no wounds in your hand. But if you have wounds in the hand, don't tackle poison. So that is the way we are immunizing our mindfulness. Even if it is going habitually to the bad side, no excitement, no worries. You let them happen, okay. You can be there. And ultimately the difference between the primary object and the secondary object, it slowly disappears. So that's the point where the not reactive to the vicissitudes of the life, whether you gain or lost, pain or pleasure, fame or ill fame, never mind. So it is not rational. It is not a linear system of development of the mind. It's a kind of unhuman or superhuman. Even if it's going to the wrong side, no rush to take it, because you have seen a completely wrong mind. You have seen mindful mind only select the good side and rejecting the bad side. With that experience, when you go further, knowing that mind is associating something wrong, no rush. You experience it. And knowing that mind is associating a good side, no happiness, no hilarious feeling. They become the same. So in Zen saying it says, before the enlightenment, the mountain is the mountain. And in the wild enlightenment, mindfulness is not more mountain. It's energy and it's all that. But after enlightenment, again the mountain is the mountain. Very difficult to understand in the linear system. Very difficult to understand from the moralist point of view. So mind going by its own, you are not sending mind for the sound or something, no. It's run by itself. And you are just following the track. And you know it is not in the safe land. It is now in the sound. Or it's a pain. Or in thought. Oh, but no rush to pull it back. And that is a kind of immunity, that's a kind of personality, that's a kind of authority you learn by mindfulness. Others may get inflicted. Unmindful people do not do, those who do not know the safe land, they are inflicted. They are suffering, but you know. Because you know your history. Slowly, you how do you develop the mindfulness, how you recognize the primary object from the secondary object who vehemently took from the secondary object to the primary object. Now there is no such a rush. Let the mind to play here or there. And then you find, unless otherwise you give a name, unless otherwise you give a perception, things by itself, there is no good and bad. There are no defilements or undefilements. Your mind is the attributing one by labeling. So labeling makes the difference.
And it might be more to follow through to your question or your perception of the last one. And as today, considering the moment that during walking meditation in the morning, and so walking, feeling the feet, feeling the furthest connection to the ground, with the rest of the body, I would feel part of breathing. I would feel the variable lightness of being, and things to the limb, or things to the breathing in the way through the nostrils. It was should be to be now, to be in the present moment. And then there was a slow moment that I was considering that when you feel the soul constantly, they would be reminding me that I'm here now, and still I would be hearing the sound of bird, or I would be feeling the coldness of the air, or I would feel the movement of my hair because of the wind. So it's like multitasking effects or events that are happening in one moment, but thanks to the connection to the soul of my feet, I would know that I am.
That we can explain, the mind grasp or learn something in two ways. One thing, how it is integrated in the whole system, that is called system approach. Or you can cut it from the whole system and take the reductionism. That particular part only, cut off from the system. So whenever you to master something, you must understand the system approach as well as the reductionism. So when you are beginner, we face reductionism. Be aware of the right leg, the heel, the arch and the toes, the coldness, heat, roughness, stiffness, tension. Oh, very good. And then it is going to the left side. And you are aware. And after that you see not only the soul, but even the ankle area also you can feel. And you can feel the knee. You can feel the hip. So still you are aware. You can be aware, this is right, this is left. And then you can feel the whole body walking. The system is walking like a puppet. And if you wish, you can be aware the touching point. the pressure for you. But you know that overall walking also you are aware. As if you are riding a bicycle, and you know when you are pedaling, both the legs are working. So imagine this whole area is with half a meter water, and you are walking inside the water. Not only one leg, every leg gets all the touch everywhere. Likewise you can feel the whole being. And then you can be aware of the sounds. You can be aware of the coldness of the air. Everything you know. So you can have the system as such. Or you can be pinpointed to the right leg heel, left leg heel. So this is the way the mind is learning the system as well as the reductionism. But when you are reporting, you must be precise to tell. I know totally I am walking. No, I have no doubts. Sometimes I know it is the right leg, and the pressure is going through this side, or arch, or the toes and kind of thing. So these two, system approach and the reductionism, without that, the knowledge is not balanced. So after a while you learn everything. You are just being, and you can feel totality, just being. And you can feel the other person also the same, whether he is a meditator or not. But he can't separate it out, so his knowledge is not disciplined, not delineated. So therefore very difficult, he can't express it. But when it happens, you see, everything happens utterly effortless. If you wish to focus to the right heel or left heel, you have to get the effort, have an effort. But let the thing happen. And everything is effortless. And walking happens. And it's utter relaxation. There's nothing to achieve. You're already in the contentment, I am walking. And two approaches, system approach as well as the reductionism. So mind, left side of the mind is always reductionist. Right side of the mind lobe is system. So they never come parallel. Whenever left side is working, it suppresses the right side. Whenever right side is working, it suppresses the left side. It is scientific approach, the reductionism, and everything is promoting the left side. And that is the part always with the frustration, always with the tension, always with the calculation, always with the intruding. But the right side, it can have everything, but the left side is always fighting, never allow the right side minds to come. Right side is a system approach, very aesthetic. Everyone considered equal, and that is, if I have to put the feminine characters. Right? Left side is masculine character, attacking and all the kind. So when they come equal, you become a human. Otherwise you are paralyzed. Too much of technicality and reductionism, you suppress the left side, right side. So it's a kind of a theory in the neurology. There may be some others, so it is one way you can explain. So, but never this kind of thing happen at the early part of your walking meditation. After 35-40 minutes only, both the parties come into equal. Even in sitting, it takes a long time for you to season the situation. And seasoning with the primary object for the totality, no problem. Whether you are in the in-breath object or you are in the total that I am just being here, no problem. When you understand that effortless way of being, whether you are sitting or walking or sleeping, no problem. Everywhere the continuity is there. Can you feel now?
I would feel the lightness. I would just feel easiness. I would, during walking, feel very simplicity.
Now I am sitting. Can you?
At the moment, I feel tension in my knee.
No problem. It's tension, the right left leg tension, the right leg relaxation.
At the moment I was trying to catch your thoughts.
Never mind. Wherever it may be, everything is there. It is like a fruit salad. Or salad of the greens. Different things put together and you have a salad. Or you can have one single fruit. Mango or banana. So likewise life. Sometimes appear like a salad, sometimes like a single ingredient. No problem.
It's nice to meet you. I would say it's nice.
It's the two sides of the knowledge. System approach and the reductionism, two sides of the knowledge. Generally, the system approach is what you call the religious part. They are not going for reductionism. Buddha is the only person recommended both. Whatever he says, that can be justifiable in the single-fold manner. Even for one pixel, even for one atom, you can test it. So therefore you can put into practice, you can put into a challenge. And that never disproves the system approach. System approach also there. So this reductionist system is specifically good for the beginners and for the rational thinkers to give the reductionist kind of a challenge. Once you master it, there is no other way, you have to go to the system. So they are at the top, they are mutual. At the bottom, they appear like a contradictory, but ultimately they are complementary. When you go there, the system and this thing, they are always living together. But our mind at a time select one thing, and at the peak only, they come parallel, like a peak. So don't be discriminated, don't be choosy, either to be select reductionism or the system. Let the mind be. And it takes turns.
It's the freedom to choose.
Yeah. So each and every person has their own aesthetic idea, poetic idea, happiness. Each and every person is having this reductionist idea, mathematics and all the kind of things, but they are not recognized properly. Otherwise, potential-wise, we are the same.
But during this walking meditation, you said if we recognize the sound and the mind moves to that object, and we should investigate it. Should we investigate until we find out that it is promoting stress, like it's promoting boringness or pleasure? As soon as we discover that this sound promotes these feelings in us, then we just see that it's not a good result, it's a bad result, so we, instead of it moving back to the primary object and to the calm and mindful state of the mind.
To achieve the goal, there are two methods, the wisdom method and the faith method. You are talking about the wisdom method. You try to verify, Buddha has suggested, you are, when and where happen, you try your personal experiment, your personal touch. But if you are utterly believing the Buddha, that was bad. You are not experimenting, you come back. Understand?
Yes.
That's also a possibility.
Because it happened during the walking that I was walking and observing the objective, the primary objective, and suddenly a sound happened and my mind jumped there. It started to wonder, oh, it's an animal or something, and I started to be worried, so I saw immediately that I'm stressed, I feel weariness, so instead of staying with that object, I moved back to the primary object, and I again felt calm and easy.
So this is a transitional period in the wisdom way. You are putting yourself into the test. Then everything happens, you analyze by yourself. You are not believing, you are not taken for granted what the Buddha says, but you do your own experimenting. Good. That method is called wisdom method. But some people say, the running is bad, don't go there, please come, because Buddha says like that. So he believes it. Without testing and experiment, it can come, that happen. There's also possibility in human mind.
Which is the best, better method.
No. we want to go to the end, whatever the method may be.
Okay.
But sometimes we are predestined. And what method you should take, no one can tell you unless otherwise you put into practice and have a trial and error. And I love Richard Davidson. He is one of the scientists in America. And he has practiced 40 years. And he is studying about the frontal lobes of the brain. And he says it's mindfulness. He is a believer of mindfulness. Mindfulness is free of charge. Answering all the questions. Any time you can start. But how little number of people practicing? Why? He says he can't even design a research, social survey as to why some people are so attracted. They consider this the solace and the panacea. Others is nonsense. Mindfulness, no. This attraction is predestined. That means, can you develop mindful by practice? Or you should have the basic acceptance. Yes, this is the method like. So, and then you can put into practice and test. So he tried his best. This is the answer for all the questions. But no one accepted. Even the Buddha happened to be, no, everyone is not accepting Buddha, not accepting mindfulness. So don't overestimate it. Don't try to think that one day the whole world will be mindful. Never. It's a joke. It's a joke. When you go in the mindful school, some people are so desperate. He says only 10% can understand, only 15% can understand, other people are not cooperative. Then I told you don't understand mindfulness. You can't have a uniform mindfulness to the whole world. Some people get attracted and they use it and they feel free. And they will do. But others, they will never. That is also possible. Don't worry about that. So likewise, whenever such a thing happens, you can have two methods. One thing, taken what the Buddha said as into granted. No testing, you accept it. Otherwise, you can test yourself. And that is what we call verification. Witnessing under your very nose. Then you develop kind of a confidence. So much so, later even the mind goes to the bad thought. You never come back. You never pull back. You let the mind to be there and see. No harm, because your mind by that it's evolved. It's immunized. No problem. You know now in the wrong place, no problem. And there's one very there's one particular sutta. A quail means a very frail bird, small bird. And one day mother says to son, hey, you fellow, hide under a log of a lump of a clay, don't go there till I bring some food. And that young one, the bird, thinks mother's silly tale, don't to go to the top of the lump. What will happen if I go there and have a sunbath? And while he's doing the sunbath, the bird catcher means a kind of a eagle, bird hunting bird, come and catch the fellow. And then the young one is so desperate, he says, it is utterly my mistake. If I listened to my mother, I will never come into that situation. I am completely responsible. It's my mistake. That is the punishment. Like in the eagle is asking to whom you are talking about. No, my mother told, don't go there. I disobeyed, that is right, it's my mistake. Then the eagle get upset. He said, do you think the place that mother kept you is safe place? No. Even then I will hunt you. So I will give another chance. Go back. And then the bird goes there and sitting under the log, the clay lump. And after a while again it says, what will happen if I go up there and start a sunbath? And this time he's alert. He's mindful. And while there he feels the sound. And immediately go under the lump of the clay, the eagle come like an arrow, hit on the lump and die. Fellow is under the lump. So second time, you will never go if you are a moralist. Understand? If you are a moralist, you will never take the second chance. But the Buddha says, the quail take the second chance, but second chance he is not the foolish one. Now he is with the immunity. It knows, so therefore whenever the eagle comes with the sound, you know immediately where to go. But after a while you will see, whether you go or not, you develop kind of a confidence. Mindfulness is such a powerful thing. All the defilements are weaker than mindfulness. So we don't appreciate it. So slowly we are understanding the potential of mindfulness, understand the power of mindfulness. So mindfulness has different evolution. Early mindfulness is very susceptible. And when you come up to there, you can challenge with the defilements. You can say, hey, never mind, come, I will fight. And after a while, defilements never come. When the mindful develops that kind of a hardness, defilements never come. So you can say within the defilements or without defilement, you can be happy. But you are always alert, always mindful. So this is how our mind getting evolved with my own capacity. No other weapons, no other formula, no security, nothing. I am alert. So as far as you protect mindfulness, mindfulness will protect you. Soon you become unmindful, you are vulnerable. Then you have to have the private security, pistols and the guns and all the mantras and yantras and everything. But as far as you are mindful, still the beginner do not know the potential of the mindful. When you go up there, even defilements never come because mindfulness is such a powerful thing. And to give the confidence, the Buddha says, Sathadipateya sabbe Dhamma, whether you like it or not, whether you do it or not, you are always mindful. Do you believe? Whether you know or not, everything happens under the light of mindfulness. So don't underestimate your mind. Give little kick, give little, catalytic effect. And when the mindful will come up and start working, it adapts into the situation, whatever it may be. It has the maximum adaptability. So therefore let the mindfulness decide. Don't be smart, don't try to be rationalizing and analyzing and kind of thing. Let the mindfulness decide, it decides the best, the least frictional path. So we are on the way, understanding the potential of mind.